Welcome back guys, Sunil this side from Forever PTE. In today's video, I'll be covering essay writing. And this is the only essay writing video that you guys will ever need to watch. After watching this video, you'll be able to write essays equivalent to 8 band. I recently appeared for PTE academic exam and scored perfect 90 marks in all the modules. I'll be showing you the exact same method that I used in my exam in order to score 90 marks. Also, I'm going to keep this video very simple. I am considering as a teacher that your English is very average. And after considering that, I have put together the contents of this video. Before we move forward, just to give you guys some motivation, I'm sharing few results. These students are very average students. They didn't need to score 7 band or 8 band, but they still got above 80 marks in writing module. If they can do it, you guys can do it too. This guy, his previous score was 41 marks in writing module. His score went from 41 to straight away 81 in just a couple of weeks. Similarly, these two students only needed somewhere around 60 to 65 marks in writing module and they got near 90 marks in writing. If they being an average student can score near 90 marks, then you on the other hand, if your English is little better, you can score full 90 marks in writing module. Now on this note, let's start our video. So before we jump onto the template, let's understand some of the basics of essay writing. So in our exam, we will get one question based on essay and we are supposed to write between 200 and 300 words. Also, it's mandatory that we need to make paragraphs. Otherwise, we will lose points if we don't make paragraphs. And one more thing that a lot of students often ignore is they do not make compound or complex sentences. So I highly recommend making at least 1 to 2 compound or complex sentences in your answers. You don't have to fill your entire essay with compound or complex sentence, just 1 to 2 sentences enough. What is compound sentence? If you're using these linking words like and, but, yet, if you're forming sentences using these words, they will be a compound sentence. Whereas if you're using connectors like because, as, since, although, it will be a complex sentence. So just make sure you add 1 or 2 complex and compound sentence in your answer in body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. No need to add them in introduction or in conclusion. Just 1 or 2 sentences enough. That's it. Now let's understand what we need to write. So in essay writing, we are supposed to make 4 paragraphs. It doesn't matter what the question statement is, whether they are asking, do you agree or disagree? What are the advantages, disadvantages? It's not IELTS writing, it's PTE academic writing. If you make 4 paragraphs, you are good to go. You can submit your answers. That much is enough. First paragraph will be introduction part. In body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, we will explain what the topic was. And fourth paragraph will be conclusion. That's it. Also, let me tell you the lines that you can write. In introduction, 2 lines are enough. In conclusion, 2 lines are enough. In body paragraph 1, you can write 3 to 4 lines. And in body paragraph 2, you can write 3 to 4 lines. And also just make sure you add 1 to 2 complex and 1 to 2 compound sentences in body paragraph 1 and 2. This is it. This is the only thing that you need to do. Now let's talk about the introduction in detail, how to write an introduction. For example, we have this essay statement. Professional athletes can earn very high salaries. Many people argue that this is unfair and that other professions deserve higher salaries. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So this is the question statement, basically the journal statement related to professional athletes and their salaries. And this is the question. To what extent do you agree or disagree? This part is very important. What the examiner is actually asking. Whether the question is related to agree or disagree, whether it is based on advantages or disadvantages, problem, solution, cause, effect. This part is very important. What a lot of students do, if the question is based on agree, disagree, they end up writing advantages or disadvantages. This is not what they have asked about. They are simply asking your opinion whether you agree or disagree. Now there are few ways from here. You can either say that I fully agree, you can say I disagree, or you can say I partially agree. That's totally up to you. What you need to do in introduction is you need to write 2 sentences. The first sentence, it will be the question statement, basically. Question statement. Now, if you cannot paraphrase the question statement, then you can write it as it is. But in that case, I would want you to use some template, some starting. But if you can paraphrase, add some synonyms or rearrange the sentence, if you can do that, that would be good. So the first line will be the question statement and then the second line will be the thesis statement. Like, what is your opinion? What are you going to do in this essay writing? So the first line here will be this statement, like from professional athletes till higher salary, the question statement. And in the second line, I will say that I agree with the given statement, I disagree, or I partially agree with the given statement, and I will provide the justification in the upcoming paragraphs. That's it. These 2 lines are the only requirements for your introduction. You don't have to create any journal line for your essay a lot of students, they write 3 lines, but they end up thinking a lot about the journal line. I don't recommend that. Simply rephrase the question. If you can't do that, then you can use a little bit of structure. Let me show you. This is the essay template that you can use. In this, if you see the introduction line, in today's age of rapid scientific and technological advancement, where if you cannot rephrase the question, then you can use this structure and put the entire topic sentence here. After this word where, you can write the question as it is. Then second line is the thesis statement. I will discuss, what are you going to discuss? I will discuss advantages or disadvantages. I will discuss cause and effect. I will discuss problem and solution. You are simply satisfying the examiner's requirement. If they are talking about advantages and disadvantages, you will mention that I will discuss advantages and disadvantages. If they're asking, do you agree or disagree? You can say that I agree with the given statement, and I will provide justification more broadly in the upcoming paragraphs. That's it. Let me show you with one example. So this is the same question, professional athletes, and this is the introduction using the template. In today's age of rapid scientific and technological advancement, where, and here I have used the essay statement, professional athletes can earn very high salary. I've used the exact same statement. Many people believe this is unjust, one synonymous there, unfair and just, and argue that other professionals deserve better pay. Slightly rephrased answer, sentence number 1. And after that, I mentioned that I partially agree with the given statement. You can be totally agree with the statement. You can say I partially agree, or you can say I completely disagree. That's up to you. I partially agree, I disagree with the statement, and I will explain my reasons more broadly in the upcoming paragraphs. That's it. These two are the only lines that you need to write in introduction, nothing else. So first line will be related to the question statement. Second line will be the thesis statement, where you will clearly mention whatever the examiner has asked, whether they are saying, do you agree or disagree, or whether they want you to write advantages or disadvantages. Just see the question carefully and write the exact same statement. That's it. This is your introduction. Now in body paragraph 1 and 2, what you need to do? In body paragraph 1, let's say in this case, I partially agreed with the statement. So in body paragraph 1, what I will do is, I will talk in favor of it, that why professional athletes, they deserve very high salaries. I will talk in favor of this. And in body paragraph 2, I will say they don't deserve this. Other professions also deserve. So I will talk in favor of other professions. If in your case, let's say, if you are totally in favor of the statement that professional athletes, they do deserve higher salaries compared to other professions, then in your case, body paragraph 1 will be in favor and body paragraph 2 will also be in favor. If you disagree, then you will favor other professions in both the body paragraphs. That's it. Now, the actual problem begins here. The ideas, basically. A lot of students, they do not get ideas. They often get confused what to write, how to start the essay writing. Let me help you in this case. In the description of this video, I have attached 20 most repeated essay questions. These are those questions that will be frequently repeated in the real exam. If you just prepare these 20 samples, you are good to go. You can appear for the real exam. It's highly likely that you guys will get questions based on these 20 questions. And if you don't get questions based on this, after reading these 20 samples, you'll be ready to write any answer. So just go through these 20 questions. You will have a lot of ideas what to write. Just make a schedule and prepare 1 or 2 questions from this file. In 10 to 15 days, you will be able to finish it. This much content is enough for your exam. You will have a lot of ideas. So the problem here is sorted basically. You won't have issues related to how to start body paragraph 1 or body paragraph 2. Now, let's talk about these 2 body paragraphs in detail. So in our question, I partially agreed with the given statement. I'll write partially here. And then in body paragraph 1, I will talk in favor of professional athletes. Then in body paragraph 2, I will talk about other professions. Now in body paragraph 1, students often face problems like how to start. Here, the template will help you. This is the essay writing template, this one. And you can use this structure. From my perspective, there are various viewpoints to consider. First and foremost, and after this word first and foremost, you can start your sentence. This will help you make a beginning. Same in body paragraph 2 as well. You can use this structure. These are really, really helpful. So what you need to do in body paragraph 1 and 2, you need to write 2 to 3 sentences basically. Sentence number 1, 15 to 20 words, which is crucial for several reasons. Moreover, then you can add one more sentence. Just make sure at least 1 or 2 sentences are of compound or complex in nature. And then you can give one example. Example is not at all compulsory. If you can think of few surveys, then you can mention them. Otherwise, no need to mention anything. Even if you write this entire structure in raw language, you can still get good marks, above 80 marks in the real exam. Just make sure you use the ideas from that file. You'll be able to write these 2 to 3 sentences. Let me show you the example. For example, this was the question and we wrote our introduction. We wrote 2 lines in introduction. First was related to the question itself and second one was the thesis statement. And then in body paragraph 1, I used the template. From my perspective, there are various viewpoints to consider. Full stop. First and foremost, I added one line, right? This was the line in favor of professional athletes, which is crucial for several reasons. Moreover, then I added one more line. And after that, I gave one example. For example, several studies indicate that many athletes retire early due to injuries and must secure their financial future within a limited time frame. So this was in favor of professional athletes, that this is the main reason because they often get injured. So they need higher salary in order to secure their future. So this is our body paragraph 1. If the question is related to advantages or disadvantages, in body paragraph 1, you will talk about advantages, and in body paragraph 2, you will talk about disadvantages. Now in this case, since I am only in partial agreement with the question, so in body paragraph 2, I will talk in favor of other professions. Furthermore, I used this connector furthermore from the template. Furthermore, then I added one line. Then after, however, I wrote one more line. So 2 lines you need to add, and then you can mention, hence it is apparent that few keywords related to the given question are paramount for the future generations. So in body paragraph 1, I wrote 4 lines. In body paragraph 2, I added 3 lines, right? Then in the conclusion, we need to consider the points of body paragraph 1 and 2. You don't have to give any new ideas, and you can start your conclusion with taking these points into consideration from a personal point of view. I am inclined to believe that. Then you can combine the ideas of body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. I'm inclined to believe that while athletes deserve high earnings, extreme salary gaps between professions should be reduced. It is essential to understand economic demand, social contribution, and moral responsibilities for a better future. You can add some simple keywords here. So this is the overall template basically that you can use in your real exam. I have mentioned here that you can rephrase the topic a little bit if you can, and if you don't find any new keywords, then you can repeat few keywords as well. If you can't make one long sentence, then you can create 2 shorter sentences as well. This template is very flexible. You can edit this template according to your requirement. You don't have to mention these lines if you don't need them, which is very crucial. You can delete this line as well, right? So this template is very flexible. You can use it for any question type. It's valid for all types of essays. And in that file, this one, I've already written few essay samples related to this template only. So once you go through these samples, you'll be able to understand how to use this template very easily in your exam. Now this is all about essay writing. Initially, I showed you few results. Those students were very average. They used to make a lot of grammatical mistakes in their exam. If you're using this template, you will end up making a lot of mistakes as well. But these mistakes are completely fine. As long as you are writing relevant content, you are good to go. You can submit your answer. You will get full points. Before start writing, just read the question once, understand the requirement of the question. What are they asking? They are talking about advantages, disadvantages, problem, solution, cause and effect. Understand their requirement and then proceed accordingly. Make sure to include 1 or 2 compound complex sentence in body paragraphs. That's it. If you're writing anywhere above 200 words, your answer will still be okay. You will get full points in writing. You'll be able to find these samples in the description of the video. Just prepare these 20 questions. It's highly likely that you will get questions out of these. And even if you don't get, you will have a lot of ideas. You'll be able to write your own essay. Now, I told you in the beginning, I'll be keeping this video very simple. If you still have any doubts, you can post them in the comment box. I'll be happy to answer. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.